Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to talk about the Super Saiyan God Goku. So this is the fighter entrusted with allies' wishes. Super Saiyan God Goku, he's a super physical unit and he looks really good. Animations look really good, and we're going to take a look at everything right now and discuss him a little bit. So Goku is a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category lead of 170%, with 30% for characters who also belong to Power of Wishes or Exploding Rage category. So the Power of Wishes is obviously a new category that's been added in, obviously something to do with the anniversary that's just happened on JP's side, so kind of makes sense that we don't have coverage for that category currently in global. He has Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Warrior Guards, Godly Power, Over in a Flash, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle as his links, which all makes pretty solid sense. He activates an entrance animation once only and has attack of 100% when performing a super attack, and will randomly change key spheres of a certain type to physical for 6 turns from the start of turn, when there are 6 or more superclass allies on the team at the start of a character's attacking turn. So this is a pretty simple condition, 6 superclass characters. Generally speaking, you don't mix classes when making teams. There's very few teams where you do, and those are very limited in kind of team design and units to build them. So although this does make sense to maybe be an issue sometimes, I think overall it's just a very good starting condition. He's got Ki +2 and attack and defense of 150%, with an additional attack and defense of 50% when attacking. He has a medium chance of evading the enemy's super attack and normal attacks, and he has an additional attack and defense of 50% and chance of evading the enemy's attack, plus 30% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. So 3 or more key spheres basically gives him 60% evasion rate, which is pretty solid. He will launch an additional super attack and guard all attacks with 6 or more key spheres obtained, and he has an additional attack of 50% starting from the turn in which he's performed the 4th super attack in battle. So there's a couple of things here. With 6 or more key spheres, it seems like obviously everyone will say, oh well, he has guard. I don't know if you know this, but getting 6 key spheres religiously is somewhat quite difficult, even with a unit that randomly changes key spheres for the first couple turns. Obviously, it does help that he does change key spheres for the first 6 turns. It's a fairly easy condition to get. So honestly, I'm not criticizing that at all. I just don't think to say that he has guard is kind of a little bit facetious, because he doesn't have guard. He has conditional guard based on 6 orbs. For the first 6 turns, getting those 6 orbs is going to be a lot better and a lot easier, I think, than most other situations, and after those 6 turns could be a little bit challenging to get. With that being said, he has 60% evasion pretty easily. He only requires 3 orbs for that, and getting these 6 orbs isn't out of the realm of possibility. I think 6 is still a fairly acquirable number. 7, 8, 9, these kind of amounts for orbs are pretty ridiculous. But look at a unit like Teq, Saiyan Vegeta as an idea of a unit that requires 6 orbs, and look at Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and understand that there will be periods where you're not able to get those 6 orbs and you're not going to be able to get that guard. But overall, he looks really good. The only conditional thing being his orb changing and his additional 100% attack. His 60% evasion, that's fairly consistent to get. His stacking attack and defense, and his ability to have guard as well as built-in additionals is all fairly good, and I think overall is really solid. If we look at his active skill, he has an active skill, and it can be activated from the 5th turn from the start of battle if he performs 4 or more super attacks in battle. This means that, really it's honestly quite straightforward. This principle, essentially he fires additionals if he gets 6 or more orbs. The orb changing is there for the first 5 turns. Essentially it's a method to guarantee that you should have the ability to transform by the end of those 5 turn periods. And as mentioned before, he raises attack and defense permanently on his super attack. He's on Pure Saiyans, Power of Wishes, Exploding Rage, Realm of the Gods, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, Turtle School, Miraculous Awakening, Legendary Existence, Bond of Friendship, Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent and Child, Earthbred Fighters, Transformation Boost, Super Saiyans, and Kamehameha. When he transforms, he will become a Super Saiyan Goku, who only raises attack and defense for 1 turn. He will carry these stacks over, as it is an active skill, so you are going to want to make sure that obviously you stack up enough defense for when he transforms. When he transforms, he becomes much more offensively rated, and his links change as well. Of course, he loses a lot of the godly power and the Super Saiyan God-based links, and instead gains Golden Warrior, Experienced Fighters, and Kamehameha. In terms of his passive, he becomes far more offensively rated, with guaranteed critical hits starting from the 3rd turn, for 3 turns, and stacks attacks effective against all types starting from the 4th turn. He has Ki +2 and attack and defense of 159%, with an additional attack and defense of 100% when attacking. He has a Great, which is 70% chance of evading the enemy's attack before attacking, and he also launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. So he's far more offensively rated, losing the ability to guard, but he does gain 10% more evasion chance before he fires his super, due to the way his stacking attack and defense should work, and due to the way his attack and defense when attacking will work. He will have very sizable defense after his transformation. So it's not to say that when I say he becomes more offensive, that he's bad defensively. It just simply states that the fundamental structure of him as a unit changes. I do think this transformation is more of a finishing move kind of transformation more than it is for anything. You will have the huge damage from the active skill itself with guaranteed critical hits, and then transform it into a unit that has big time critical hits. I don't think Super Saiyan Goku is meant to be used for the beginning of events, and is more used for the final 2 or 3 turns when you really want some big damage. And yeah, that is obviously Goku. I think that's fairly understandable, and honestly he looks really good. One thing that does confuse me a little bit is the medium chance for stunning. I don't know many events whereby transforming Goku, you transform him early enough where the stunning will be usable. There are a couple, the Gamma 1 into Red Zone. Possibly you would just then transform him early, I guess, for the like SBR or ESBR if those are running a bit longer, but it is quite interesting from that perspective. Then, as a general banner unit, we have Super Saiyan Vegeta, or Greatest Instant Combat Power, Born of Love, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Now, this obviously is one of my favorite movie moments from Vegeta, when he references my Boba and obviously loses his damn mind. But Vegeta is an Exploding Raid lead of 130%, and his passive also looks very good, with him being a Ki +3, attack and defense of 200%, guarding all attacks for 5 turns from the start of turn, and he has an additional attack and defense of 40% with each attack received, up to 200%. He gives all allies, excluding himself, attack and defense of 30%, and all enemies attack of -20% for 2 turns, after he receives an attack 3 or more times in battle. He has Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prodigies, Super Saiyan Row Lineage, Prepared for Battle, and Fierce Battle as his links. Overall, guarding attacks for 5 turns, very good, means he can get hit as much as you want, and he should look very good. Something I will mention that is very awesome is that he has an active skill himself, which is his My Boma moment, and this can be activated from the 5th turn from the start of battle if he receives an attack 6 or more times. So notice the synergy between his guarding all attacks for the first 5 turns and him being able to activate his active skill as well. Obviously, he is on Exploding Rage, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Vegeta's Family, Siblings Bond, Super Saiyans, Worthy Rivals, Gifted Warriors, Bond of Parent and Child, Transformation Boost, Super Saiyan 2, Mastered Evolution, and Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Vegeta, when he transforms, becomes Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and things change up for him a little bit more. He changes quite substantially actually, which is pretty interesting, but for the first 3 turns he has attack and defense of 100%, high chance of performing a critical hit, and launching an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 3 turns. He has a flat ki +3 and attack and defense of 200%, plus an additional attack and defense of 100% when performing a super attack. He's guaranteed to guard all attacks and will have an additional attack and defense of 50% and launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when performing a super attack, and his chance of performing a critical hit is +20% if there is a movie bosses category enemy. So one thing that's super important to note with Vegeta is once the attack and defense of 100% buff falls away, Vegeta's start of turn defense will actually technically be lower than when he has his full passive ready up in his base form. However, he will have guaranteed guard the entire time, which overall is really good. On top of all of this, he has an additional attack and defense of 50% and also has additional super attacks or when facing a movie boss's enemy, rather conditional, but very good. After super, he will be very strong and very good defensively. Yeah, I think it's very good. So yes, I think overall Vegeta is an incredibly solid unit that looks pretty spectacular if I'm honest. Low stats will alter these a bit. People need to understand general banner units have lower stats than TFEs, so just understand that although it looks very impressive, it will be very impressive, but yeah, just understand that. But I think a very good pairing partner for the Goku unit. And yeah, greatly raises attack on his super. This is a bit strange, I guess, but I assume, yeah, they didn't really want to give anything else. But yes, I think overall everything is really solid, and now we get to look at the animations. Overall, I think the animations are pretty good. I think both transformation animations are voiced really well and have good audio. I would have liked them to have used "That's My Bulma" instead of, you know, "No one hits my Bulma," but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a major thing. I think the audio is really well done. I think the animations, especially for a general banner unit, are really good because I really like the scene from, you know, the movie. So I'm really happy that they did this really good justice, and I think it looks great. And I think Goku, well, I think Goku's animations are really good. I think his transformation scene is really well done. I think this shot here of him being God form is pretty nutty. It looks really good, super fluid, really awesome. So I think that's great. His attack animation, it's alright. It's okay. It's great in a lot of senses, and it's a little bit disappointing in some senses. Of course, Goku's fight versus Beerus was actually quite long and featured a lot of hand-to-hand combat. I think overall, it's really solid. This scene is just great. I think they've pretty much one-to-one'd it from the anime with a couple cuts, and I think overall it looks really good. Again, obviously the hand-to-hand aspect of it maybe a little bit disappointing, but I think overall it's cool. Nothing wrong with the hand-to-hand combat. It's just with hand-to-hand combat it doesn't sometimes feel so great because of the sprites response rather than anything. But overall, awesome stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.